What's up, YouTube? What's up, YouTube? It's your boy back with another one. People, in today's video, we want to discuss how useless, how, I don't know, it's beyond belief that you have one, two, three. You have three big, I don't know, we can call them parties or organizations, or you can call them whatever you want to call them. You telling me in the city of Johannesburg or the province of Gauteng, right? There isn't a single person who can actually turn that pathetic looking city around. So, their best bet is going to be someone from Cape Town in her mid 70s who is going to go all the way to Johannesburg and try and turn that city around. Are you telling me there are no young, black, competent people in Johannesburg that can actually turn their own city around? So that's the topic of today. Let me know what you think about this topic in the comment section below. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel. You know we family, right? Hello. People, I know for a fact, right, that it's been proven she's won an award for Mayor of the Year, I think once or twice, I think, because of the sterling job she did while she was a mayor in Cape Town. Now, in a twist of fate, or like I'd like to say, like in a twist of, um, lack of a better word, horror, I guess, Helen Zille has now taken it upon herself to prove to the world or to prove to South Africa that she and her party have got what it takes to turn the tables around in Johannesburg. Now, of all the front running candidates, right, she seems to be like the obvious choice. And the funny thing about it is that the ANC, the EFF, Action SA, the PA, are you telling me that none of these people could actually come up with suitable candidates that could rival a 70-year-old Gogo? Are you telling me that Dayton McKenzie, Kenny Kunene, these so-called young political minds cannot come up with, I don't know, suitable candidates? Couldn't they themselves do it? I mean, at one point, apparently, uh, Herman did a good job, apparently, when he was there. He did a decent job, at least. Plus, they saying the EFF candidate, I think he's the one for Pretoria. They're saying he's doing a good job, right? So, Johannesburg, what is the problem? Is there lack of people? I mean, is Joburg not the most populous city in South Africa? So you're telling me of all the millions, yo, black on black on black on black, are you telling me of all the millions of people in Johannesburg, they couldn't find one suitable person? Just one. All you just need is just one. And they couldn't find just one. Even if that one is pathetic, surely they have people that can guide that person. Are you telling me that even that is not possible? So, yes, sir. So here's my thing. Let's say Helen Zille pulls it off, right? Let's say Helen Zille pulls it off. She becomes the mayoral candidate of choice for Johannesburg. What does that actually say about the politicians in Gauteng? Not only that, what does that say for the broader prospect of black politicians in South Africa? I mean, it's been 30 years of democracy, right? 30 years, or 31 years to be precise, of democracy. And you telling me that Joburg's only option, or Joburg's best hope in 2026, right? 2026, I think. Am I wrong? 2026? 2027? You telling me that you telling me that Johannesburg's best bet is a person from Cape Town. I mean, okay, she was born in Johannesburg to be fair, but she doesn't live there. She's never lived there for eternity. She is basically a Cape Townian. So you're telling me that Joburg has to import someone from Cape Town to go and run their city. And then not only that, you telling me they've got to import a person that is way past retirement to help them run the city. So if that's just the case, I'm thinking, if that's the case, then I'm thinking, why do we bother trying to get young politicians into the game if our best hopes are going to be the old guard? Do you understand what I'm saying? So I'm trying to, it, I can't fathom. I'm not trying to discredit Helen for what she's done. I mean, come on, to be fair and to be honest, right? She has done a good sterling job. I mean, that's why she's won awards for whatever. That's why she's won awards for her sterling work as mayor of Cape Town, right? That's why. So here's my thing. She can't be the only candidate. She cannot be the best choice. She cannot be the only one who knows how to govern, rule, whatever you want to call it. It can't be. Come on, guys. We are a population of what? 64 million people. And you tell me out of 64 million people, we cannot find a person, a suitable candidate? You telling me of the newly formed parties, we cannot find a new age party that can actually do the job? So let us look at Helen's credentials, right? Helen and them have ruled, well, Helen and the day, they've basically ruled Cape Town for about 20 years, right? To be fair, right? And in their defense, right, they've done a sterling job, to be honest, because, sheesh, they've done a sterling job, to be honest, because even if we, it's even hard to articulate this because it's, dude, when you get someone like your opposition, right? Your opposition comes to you, and your opposition not comes to you, but admits on television, right? Admits on television that the best run municipalities are the DA run municipalities. Then obviously, future, then obviously we have a problem. You understand what I'm saying? My thing is, why on God's green earth are we not grooming young politicians? I mean, this is an indictment on the state of politics in South Africa. That the old guard is either not um, happy or confident in the new guard, right? It's either the old guard is refusing to relinquish power because they do not trust the new guard. That's the way I'm looking at it, right? Now, like I said, let's look at Helen's credential, right? Helen and her party ruled the Western Cape for the better part of 20 years, right? They did a sterling job. Why? Because in the areas that mean, well, I can't even say in the areas because let's be honest, when they're looking at it from a local government perspective, right, they have to make sure that everyone has clean running water, everyone has at least electricity, what else? Those are the best, and there's municipal services, right? So if you look at it from that perspective, then I don't know of any area in Cape Town that does not have running water. I do not know of any area in Cape Town where there is no um, garbage or refuse removal or municipal services. And I don't know of any place in Cape Town that does not have electricity. It's so much so that there is a there is a there is a tent in, would I say Maitland? Can I call it Maitland or Kensington? Kensington. There is a tent that is housing mainly Congolese, I think, foreigners that were displaced during the xenophobic attacks. Even they, in that tent, they have running water and they have a generator that supplies electricity. So, on those 3 points, I have to give Helen and her party credit for supplying those three basic services: clean running water, electricity, and garbage refuse removal. I can't say the same thing for Joburg because there are parts of Johannesburg. I'm not even talking townships. I'm not even talking townships. I am talking about in the leafy suburbs that go for days without electricity, days without water, days without refuse being collected. The city center of Joburg looks like trash. It looks like garbage. Now they're starting to clean it up. Pretoria, on the other hand, the EFF, the EFF mayor apparently is doing a wonderful job over there. Apparently now, so that they're currently happy with because they say in the streets of Pretoria are beginning to look wonderful, beautiful, right? Apparently, you can now mistake Pretoria for Cape Town, just like with how clean it is, right? Here's my thing: the mayor of Pretoria is from the EFF, if I'm not mistaken. Well, I stand to be corrected. Last time I checked, I think it was the EFF, and they said I think he was doing well. She was doing well, right? And that's the recent videos that I was seeing on TikTok. Why can't the EFF produce another copy or specimen of that individual and place that person in Johannesburg? Why? No? Yeah? No? Okay. The PA, last time around, the PA chose a young. No, it wasn't the PA. I'm lying. Last time around, for mayoral candidate, the Al Jamaa had chosen what they had called a young, vibrant, up and coming politician who had proven himself. And it turned out to be a disaster because you're still learning the ropes. Apparently, thrown him into the deep end, right? Cool. The DA has the DA has sparkling, shining examples of well-groomed politicians who come across as seasoned politicians, even though they're still so young. I mean, let's be honest. Jordan Hill Lewis is still fairly young because he's in his what? He's in his late 30s. So he's fairly young for a politician, right? And by the standards of which Cape Town is being hailed as the best run municipality, he's doing a good job. If you look at Chris Papas in KwaZulu Natal, by his standards and the way they keep voting him in, he's doing a good job. So, what is the DA doing right that the other parties are not doing right? I mean, it's becoming so, I don't know, I don't know if I could say diabolical for the black parties because this just proves to me that within 31 years of do it. Within 31 years, within 31 years of ANC rule, you're telling me that in 31 years, the ANC have failed to do necessary skills transfer from a political perspective. That's what you're telling me, right? Because I'm thinking within those 31 years, Nelson Mandela could have simply reproduced another younger Mandela, someone who has his aura, his um, his uh, his touch. You know, you could have groomed younger. Yo, that is not cool. You could have groomed young politicians to take over or walk in his boots, walk in his shoes. Even though those are big shoes to fill, there's no way you can replace Nelson Mandela. We all know that. There's just no way you can replace Nelson Mandela. But the one thing you can do is you can emulate Nelson Mandela. It may not be perfect, but at least the least they could do is try to emulate Nelson Mandela. You know what I'm saying? If that's not enough, if that's not enough, we have parties like the PA who are we have young leaders who are already in their short-lived careers as politicians have already ruined their careers before even I don't know before even I don't know if I could say getting off the starting blocks. How do you ruin your career before you actually get into the mainstream of politics? I mean, you just dipped your toes into politics and then you're already starting to ruin it. That for me is just ludicrous. I mean, I know they're still young and they're still learning the ropes of politics, but you guys, you cannot openly be seen with unsavory underworld characters. I mean, is that not like is that not like a is that not like a first thought that I need to keep a clean image? I need to even if it's just an illusion. Keep the illusion going for as long and as far as you can throw it. You know what I'm talking about? But no, we need to show off our underworld friends. I don't understand that logic. Really, I don't. So yeah, I'm going off on a tangent here, but hey. So people, let me know what you think about this. Um, Helen Zeller having to leave Cape Town to go and rescue Johannesburg because nobody, nobody in Joburg has the qualifications, the ability, the know-how, the expertise to rescue their own city. I mean, this is embarrassing. This is freaking embarrassing. I mean, of the what? I don't know how many people live in Johannesburg City. Like, I don't know. Or let's just say the Gauteng is total. I think about what? Maybe 25, 28 million people living in Johannesburg. You know? Are you telling me of that number of people living in Johannesburg? Not one, not five? You can't even get 10 that you can choose to say these are high quality politicians that can actually do their job? We've got to import a gogo from Cape Town? Damn. I like what I was saying about Helen's credentials. Oh, I totally forgot about that. Helen has run Cape Town, won awards for it. Helen has been openly visible on the ground in Cape Town, in the Western Cape, whenever things go awry, whenever things go wrong. Helen has been active in the black communities, the colored communities. Yes, there are times she has criticized and said and done dubious things that obviously people in Cape Town will always say that the J doesn't care, the J doesn't care, the DA is racist and the J is all that. All that aside, if your best candidate and the best person for the job is racist, is all these things, what other choice do you have? That's my point. What other choice do you have? So yeah, people, I just think if she was acknowledged as the best mayor in the world, I think twice in a row, that speaks volumes. So, and she's a fierce debater. She's never backed down from a fight, and she doesn't shy away from answering questions. At least she doesn't really deflect questions. She actually does answer them directly head on, even though if those answers are not as pretty as we would like them to be. But at least she's not like other politicians who actually turn down invitations. I don't know of any interview that Helen has turned down or any invite that Helen has turned down. Debates, she's there. Monologues, she's there. Dialogues, she's there. Interviews, she's there. Any opportunity to be seen blending in with the locals, she's there. So I don't know what more we want. I don't know what more we would demand. But for me, I just feel like, yeah, man, let the go and do her go things and save Johannesburg, and Joburg, hopefully Cape Town can somehow swallow up Joburg and we can control Joburg from Cape Town. That would be a blessing, I think. Let me know what you think about this topic in the comment section below. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel. You know we family, right? Holla.